really pull apart why this story feels so shocking, what makes its layers work so effectively. Let's jump right in. The opening, like you pointed out, is just perfect horror setup, isn't it? A
Yeah.
phone buzzing 2.43 in the morning, and the voicemail is from your mom, who you buried last week. I mean, talk about immediate dread.
It really is. And what's fascinating, technically, is how that voicemail is constructed. It's supposedly a full minute long, right? But you only hear about 12 seconds. And in those seconds, the mother's voice, it's described as shaky, super urgent. She's whispering, "Sweetheart, don't come home. He knows. I think he saw me warning you. Stay away. Oh, God, he's here."
Yeah.
And then just the static.
Yeah, it just cuts up.
Right. And that's not just, a cheap trick. It's brilliant because it forces you to fill in the blanks. What crucial bit got cut off? What kind of threat could silence someone mid-warning like that? It implies something incredibly immediate, incredibly powerful.
Exactly. That missing information
Yeah.
is almost scarier than anything she could have said. It really ramps up the tension. So naturally, instinct is to hit replay, right? Try to catch something, anything more. And this is where the story just twists the knife. Because the second time,
Mm.
it's different.
Mm.
At the very end of those same 12 seconds, there's this new fragment,
Yeah.
a horrifying one.
Yeah.
He's using Dad's face. Don't trust him.
Whoa. Okay, let's unpack that.
Yeah.
If you connect this to the psychological core of the story, taking a familiar face, a loved one's face, and turning it into a mask for something malevolent, that's deeply disturbing. It taps into primal fears about recognition and trust, and then you add the context.
Right. The context that Dad also died in the same crash as Mom.
Exactly. So it's not just some random ghost or monster. It's a violation that uses the deepest source of comfort, a parent, and turns it into the source of terror. It twists grief itself. That person you're mourning, their image, is now potentially the threat. It makes you question memory, identity, everything.
It's such a specific, cruel kind of horror,
Mm-hmm.
weaponizing grief like that. And it perfectly sets up that final devastating image. You've just heard this impossible warning about Dad's face. You're reeling, trying to process it.
Yeah.
And you turn around.
Yeah.
And there he is, Dad, standing in the hallway,
Oh, no.
smiling.
Wow. That's the punchline, isn't it? The abstract fear just made terrifyingly real, right there in your home.
Exactly. No escape. The threat isn't out there anymore. It's inside. It's familiar.
And this really brings up a core question, I think, about how fear works, especially when it intersects with deception and loss. The story just masterfully targets our biggest vulnerabilities, doesn't it? Losing loved ones, the safety we assume in our own homes, the faces we trust without question. It forces that awful question. What happens when the thing you'd normally run to for comfort becomes the most dangerous thing imaginable?
It's an incredible journey in such a short space, isn't it? The author layers that suspense so expertly. The reveal about the voicemail changing, then the identity theft, and finally, that image.
Mm-hmm. Pure escalation.
It really sticks with you. Makes you think hard about how we process loss, how we recognize people, and maybe who we can actually trust. So here's something to maybe chew on after this. When that most comforting presence flips, becomes the source of absolute terror, what solid ground is even left? What do you hold on to then?